You ever have one of those big dreams, but it feels like some invisible force is just holding you back? It's a feeling a lot of us know all too well. Well, today, we're going to talk about what that force actually is, and, more importantly, how you can break free from it and unlock all that potential you've got inside.
It's such a common feeling, right? You can see exactly where you want to go, but actually taking that next step, it just feels impossible. It's almost like you're surrounded by these invisible walls.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. First, we're going to define this invisible box. Then, we'll put a name to the limits that actually build its walls. After that, we'll get into the power of thinking big, see what that really looks like in the real world, and then we'll break it all down into tiny, daily actions you can start using right away. I promise, by the end, you'll have a much clearer path to writing your own story.
And this is really the key idea here. More often than not, the biggest things holding us back aren't out there in the world. Nope, they're the ones we build inside our own minds. I mean, really think about that. These walls aren't made of bricks and mortar. They're made of things like fear, self-doubt. You can't see them, you can't touch them, but man, can they feel heavy. They can stop us right in our tracks.
So if we're going to break out of this box, first, we have to know what it's made of. It's like, once you can actually see the walls, you can figure out how to start taking them down. So let's put a name to these walls, one by one. Okay, wall number one is fear. And it doesn't always roar at you. Sometimes it's just this little whisper in your ear that says, but what if you fail? What will people think? And that's the real kicker. For most of us, it's not actually the failing we're afraid of. It's looking like a failure. And that fear keeps us stuck in our safe little zone, where, yeah, we don't make mistakes, but we also don't really grow. Wall number two is self-doubt. That quiet, nagging little voice in the back of your head saying, you're not good enough. But here's the thing you have to get. Self-doubt is not who you are. It's a habit. It's a mental muscle that we've made stronger over the years, every single time we compare ourselves to someone else. And the good news about habits? They can be broken. And the third wall, this one is sneaky. It's thinking small. It's so tricky because it loves to disguise itself as just being realistic. We tell ourselves, oh, I'm just managing my expectations. But what we're really doing is shrinking our dreams to avoid getting disappointed. We're picking comfort over our own potential. So boom, there they are, the three walls of our invisible prison. The fear of what other people will think, the habit of doubting ourselves, and that false safety we get from thinking small. Just seeing them this clearly, that's the first huge step to breaking free. All right, so we've named the walls. Now, how do we tear them down? Well, this is where we talk about the solution, and it's a powerful tool we all have. It's the ability to think big. This right here, this is the key that unlocks the whole box. Now, we've got to be super clear about something. Thinking big is not the same as daydreaming. Not at all. Daydreaming is passive, right? It's just imagining some fantasy life without doing anything. Thinking big is active. It's about seeing what's really possible for you, and then, and this is the important part, taking small, real, consistent steps to get there. It's about truly believing you can learn and grow along the way. So what does it actually mean to think big? Well, at its core, it means just believing that your life can be more than it is right now. It means training your brain to see possibilities where other people only see problems. It's that grit that helps you take one more step when everyone else has stopped. And maybe most importantly, it's being able to say, you know what? I don't know everything yet, but I know I can learn.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but what does this actually look like in the real world? Let's check out a couple of examples to make this whole idea a lot more concrete.
Imagine this. Someone starts a small coffee shop. At first it's quiet, maybe just a few customers. But in their mind, they don't just see empty chairs. They have a clear vision of a bustling place filled with laughter and happy people. And that vision, that's their fuel. It's what gets them to learn a little marketing, to try a new recipe, to stay late and rearrange the tables. See? It's the magic in action. A big dream built not in one giant leap, but with 1,000 tiny, purposeful steps.
Or think about a student learning a new language. It's tough at first. They feel shy, they're terrified of making a mistake. But they hold on to this powerful vision of themselves, traveling the world, easily making new friends. That picture in their head is what keeps them going. It pushes them to watch one more video, to risk talking to a classmate. That vision becomes the fuel that powers them right through all those daily struggles.
Both of those stories show us the exact same thing. These huge dreams are brought to life through small, consistent daily actions. So how do we start doing this? How do we make this a daily habit in our own lives? The whole game changes with one simple mental shift. You have to go from excuse thinking to action thinking. We're all experts at making excuses, right? I don't have enough time, enough money, enough skill. Forget all that. Instead, ask yourself this incredibly powerful question. What is the tiniest step I can take right now? Maybe it's just writing one sentence, sending one email. It doesn't matter how small, just start.
Okay, I've got 3 daily habits for you. Super simple, but they work. First, act with belief. Do one tiny thing that proves you believe in yourself. It could be as simple as standing up a little taller. Second, celebrate. You have to notice and acknowledge every little win, every time you take a step. And third, ask a powerful question every morning. If I fully trusted myself today, what would I do? And then just do one little piece of that.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. Confidence isn't some magical thing you're born with. It's a result. It's what happens after you take action. And action comes from believing in yourself. It's a cycle. Belief fuels action, and action builds real, solid confidence.
You know, when you boil it all down, thinking big, trusting yourself, taking small steps, it all comes back to one simple truth. Your life is your story to write, and it's just waiting for you to pick up the pen and take action.
If you only take away one thing today, please let it be this. The biggest thing holding you back is not the world, it's not your circumstances, it's the limits you've set inside your own mind. The power to tear down that box is already inside you.
So, I want to leave you with a question, and I really want you to think about this. 1 year from today, where do you truly want to be? And do you believe you deserve to get there? Because the moment you start to really believe it, you're already halfway there.